to our channel. So in today's video, I am going to show you on how to fill out the application to register permanent residence or adjustment of status for your K2 or derivative applicant, which is Form I-485, expires on October 31st, 2020. So let's take a look over here. This part, we are not going to fill out this part because this part is for USCIS use only. Since we are not going to fill out this part, we are going to start from here. But before I start, I would like to remind you guys to type or print in black ink only. Or if you are going to use pen to fill out this form, make sure to use black ink pen only. Do not write a number or alien registration number in this space provided, since our K2 or derivative applicant does not have an alien registration number. Write an A in this space provided. And lastly, do not leave the boxes empty. If the boxes is not applicable for you, write an A. So let's move forward in part 1. Information about you. So in this part, we are going to write down the current legal name of our K2 or derivative applicant. So in this part, my K2 last name is Lopez. Her first name is Chesa. Her middle name is Cruz. Other names you have used since birth, if applicable. Note: provide all other names you have ever used, including your family name at birth, other legal names, nicknames, aliases, and assumed names. If you need extra space to complete the section, use the space provided in Part 14, Additional Information. So later on, I will going to show you the Part 14, Additional Information. So in this part, since my K2 or derivative applicant uses only one name since birth, I write an A in this space provided. But if your K2 have used any other name other than the current legal name, then you have to provide that information in this space provided. Okay? Other information about you. So in this part, you are going to write down your K2 birth date. So in my part, my K2 was born on July 15, 2020. Note: in addition to providing your actual date of birth, include any other date of birth you have used in connection with any legal names or non-legal names in the space provided in Part 14, Additional Information. So since my K2 did not use or she don't have any other birth date that she uses with the connection of these legal or non-legal names, I will not provide any other information in Part 14, Additional Information. But if your K2 have used other birth dates to connect with the legal names or not legal names, then you have to provide that information in Part 14, Additional Information. Number 6, gender. So my daughter is female. City or town of birth, she was born in Manila. In number 8, country of birth, my daughter was born in Philippines. Country of citizenship or nationality, Philippines, or you can write Filipino. Or if you came from a different country, you have to write down the citizenship or nationality of your K2. Alien registration number or A number, I write in A in here because our K2 or derivative applicant does not have an alien registration number or A number. Note: if you have ever used other A numbers, include the additional A numbers in the space provided in Part 14, Additional Information. So in this part, if you use other A numbers, before, you have to write down that information in Part 14, Additional Information. USCIS online account number. So in this part, we do not have a USCIS online account number, or my K2 does not have a USCIS online account number. So I write an A in this space provided. US Social Security number, I write an A in here because my derivative applicant or my K2 does not have a US Social Security number yet. US mailing address in care of name. So in this part, I write down my name in here so that when the USCIS send us the mail, they are going to address that mail in my name. And so that I will be the one receiving my derivative applicant mails. Street number, this is our street number. City or town, Dallas. State, Texas, and this is our zip code. Alternate and or safe mailing address. So in this part, I write an A because I am not applying based on violence against women, special immigrant juvenile, human trafficking victim, or victim qualifying criminal activities. So since I am not applying for that, I write an A in this space provided. And since I want my mailing address or US mailing address to receive the mail, I write an A in this space provided. But if you are applying in these cases, then you have to write down your safe mailing address in this space provided. Recent immigration history. Provide the information for item 15 to 19 if you last entered the United States using passport or travel documents. So in this part, you have to provide the information from number 15 to 19 if you came here using your passport or travel documents. Since when we came here, we use our passport with our visa stamp. So I will provide all the information in number 15 to 19. Passport number used at last arrival. So this is the passport number of my K2. Travel document number used at last arrival. So we use passport. Expiration date of this passport or travel document. So my K2 passport expiration date is on January 26, 2021. Country that issued this passport or travel document. Philippines, because we came from the Philippines. If you came from a different country, then you have to write down the country who issued your passport or travel documents. Non-immigrant visa number from this passport. So I have to remind you guys the non-immigrant visa. You can find the non-immigrant visa under the expiration date of your visa stamp. You will see the number, red number, under the expiration date of your visa stamp. That is your non-immigrant visa number. Place of last arrival in United States. City or town, we arrived in Dallas. State, Texas. Date of last arrival, so we arrived here in United States on August 16, 2019. When I last arrived in United States, So in this part, you are going to tick one of the boxes that is applicable for you. So in our part, we arrived here and we were inspected at a port of entry and admitted as, for example, exchange visitor, visitor wade through, temporary work, or student. So in this part, I am going to write K2 in this space provided. Unfortunately, I cannot write in my computer, so I'm going to use pen to write K2 in this space provided. Okay? But if one of these boxes is applicable for you, tick one of these boxes. So in our case, the box that is applicable for us is 22A. So I'm going to take the 22A and I will write K2 in this space provided. If you were issued a Form I-94, Arrival Departure Record Number, 23A, Form I-94, Arrival Departure Record Number. So this is my K2 Arrival Departure Record Number. As I have mentioned from my previous video, once you arrive in the United States, the immigration officer is going to register you for your Arrival Departure Record Number. You cannot get that Arrival Departure Record Number right away. You have to wait for a few days or at least 1 week to get the Arrival Departure Record Number. And you can just type this in Google, Form I-94, and then they will direct you to the website, okay? Expiration date of authorized station in Form I-94. So in our Form I-94, there will be an expiration date, and this is the expiration date for my K2 or derivative applicant. Status on Form I-94, for example, class of admission or paroled if paroled. So since we came here, our status in Form I-94, my K2 status is still a K2, okay? In number 24, what is your current immigration status if it has changed since your arrival? So since our arrival, my derivative or K2 applicant current immigration status has not changed since our arrival. So I write K2 in this space provided. Provide your name exactly as it appears on your Form I-94. So in this part, we are going to provide the name of our K2 as exactly it appears on her Form I-94. So in this part, my K2 last name is Lopez, her first name is Jessa, her middle name is Cruz. Part 2, application type or filing category. Number 1, I am filing this Form I-485 as a select only one box. So in this part, I take derivative applicant because my K2 is my derivative applicant and I am the principal applicant. And since we are filing this form for our K2, I pick derivative applicant. Note, attach a copy of the Form I-797 receipt or approval notice for the underlying petition or application as appropriate. So in this part, we are going to attach a copy of a Form I-797 or receipt number. So in this part, you are going to photocopy the principal applicant Form I-797 since our derivative applicant does not have a Form I-797 receipt, okay? Do not forget to attach this copy in your K2 applicant, okay? For the documents of your K2 applicant. I am applying as a principal or derivative applicant to register local permanent residence or adjust status to that of a local permanent resident based on the following immigrant category. Select only one category. So in this part, we are going to select one category that is listed below. These are the filing category: family-based, employment-based, a special immigrant, asylee or refugee, human trafficking victim or victim of qualifying criminal activity, a special program based on a certain public laws, additional options. So in this part, since we came here through fiancé visa, our category landed on a family visa or family base, and I am going to take 2C. Individual admitted to the United States as fiancé or child of a fiancé of a U.S. citizen, Form I-129F, K2, K1 or K2 non-immigrant. So for your family base, if you come here or if you came here through fiancé visa, If you came here from a different categories, you must take one of these categories, okay? Remember, just select one categories and select the categories that is applicable for you only, okay? Additional alien working information. So in this part, we are going to leave this part because this is not applicable for us. This is for working or employment base, okay? So leave this part. Do not tick any of these boxes, okay? In this part 2, do not tick any of these boxes if it's not applicable for you. INA Section 245I. Number 11, are you applying for adjustment based on the Immigration and Nationality Act, INA Section 245? So in this part, I think no, okay? Information about your immigrant category. If you are the principal applicant, provide the following information. Receipt number of underlying petition, if any. So since this form is for my K2, she is my derivative applicant and she is not a principal applicant, I will write NA in this space provided. Okay? Because this part is for a principal applicant and I am filing this form for my derivative applicant. Okay? If you are a derivative applicant, the spouse or unmarried child under 21 years of age of a principal applicant, provide the following information for the principal applicant. So in this part, we are going to provide the principal applicant information, and that is me, okay? Principal applicant's name. This is my last name, my first name, and my middle name. Principal applicant's A number or alien registration number. This is my alien registration number. Principal applicant's date of birth. I was born on May 15, 1987. Receipt number of a principal underlying petition. So this is the receipt number of my underlying petition. Okay? Remember guys, you have to look for WAC and that is your underlying petition. Priority date of principal applicant's underlying petition. So this is the priority date. This is when the USCIS received our application. Okay? Part 3, additional information about you. Have you ever applied for an immigrant visa to obtain permanent resident status at a U.S. embassy or U.S. consulate abroad? So in this part, this is for your K2 information again. Okay? So in this part, I think no because we or my daughter did not apply for an immigrant visa, permanent resident status in any consulate in abroad, okay? But if you applied or your K2 applied for an immigrant visa to obtain permanent residence status at any embassy or consulate, then you must provide the information or location of an embassy or U.S. consulate abroad in this space provided. But since I think no, I write NA in this space provided. Okay? Address history. Provide physical address for everywhere you have lived during the last 5 years, whether inside or outside the United States. Provide your current address first. If you need extra space to complete this section, use the space provided in Part 14, additional information. So in this part, we are going to write down our address history. Our physical address, this is our current address here in United States. This is our street, the city or town, Dallas. This is our zip code, country, USA. We moved in here on August 24, 2019, and I am going to write current or present in this space provided, okay? physical address too. So since we came here in United States, we stay in this address above. Okay, so I will write an A in this part. But if you came here in United States and you move into a different state, then you have to write the information of that address in this space provided. Okay. So I write an A. Provide your most recent address outside the United States where you live for more than 1 year. So in this part, this is our address in the Philippines where we live more than 1 year. This is our street, city or town, zip code, province, postal code, and country, Philippines. Date of residence, we live here from August 17, 2016 to August 15, 2019. Employment history, so since our K2 or derivative applicant does not have an employment history, I write an A in this space provided, okay? These are not applicable for our derivative applicant because they did not work yet, okay? Write an A. So this is the continuation from an employment history of your K2. So I write an A. Write an A, okay? Part 4, information about your parents. So in this part, we are going to write down the information of a principal immigrant, okay? This is me. Parent first legal name. In this part, I am going to write down my married name. This is my last name as married, my first name, and my middle name. In this space provided, I am going to write down my single name since my single name is different than above, okay? This is my last name when I was single, De La Cruz, my first name, and my middle name. Date of birth, I was born on May 15, 1987. Gender, female. City or town of birth, I was born in Manila. Country of birth, I was born in Philippines. Current city or town of residence if living. So we are living now in Dallas, Texas. Current country of residence if living, we are here in United States, okay? Information about your parent too. So in this part, I am going to, or I write down the information of my K2 biological father. Okay, parents to legal name. This is his last name, his first name, and middle name. Since he only have one name since birth, and his name hasn't changed since birth, then I write an A in this space provided. Date of birth, this is his date of birth. Gender, male. Current city or town of birth, he was born in Quezon City. Country of birth, Philippines. Current city or town of residence if living, he is living in Quezon City. Current country of residence, he is living in Philippines. Part 5, information about your marital history. What is your current marital status? Our K2 is single, okay? Number 2, if you are married, is your spouse a current member of the U.S. Armed Force or U.S. Coast Guard? So in this part, since our K2 or derivative applicant has never been married or single, we are going to take the NA, not applicable. How many times have you been married, including annulled marriage and marriage to the same individual? So I write an A in here because our K2 never been married. Information about your current marriage, including if you are legally separated. So in this part, I write an A because this is not applicable for the K2. Okay? Write an A here. Do not tick any of these boxes. Information about your prior marriage, if any, write an A in here. NA, NA. Part number 6, information about your children. So since our K2 does not have children or child, you have to write NA. NA. These are not applicable for our K2. So write NA in this space provided. Part number 7, biographic information. So since we came from the Philippines, I think not Hispanic or Latino. Race, we are Asian. And number 3, height. This is my K2 height. Number 4, weight. This is her weight. Number 5, eye color. It's black. Number 6, hair color. Black. Part 8, general eligibility and inadmissibility grounds. Number 1, have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in a way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar groups in the United States or any other location in the world, including any military service? So in this part, I think no, because my K2 is not associated with any of these association or group or military service. But if you think yes, then you must provide the information of the organization in this space provided. But since I think no, I write NA from organization 1 to organization 3. Answer item number 14 to 80B. So in this part, I am not going to read these items one by one because it will gonna consume my time reading these items. So I will show you what are the answer from 14 to 57. I think no, because this inadmissibility grounds is not applicable for my K2. Guys, before taking any of these boxes, read the items carefully. From 58A to 60, I think no. Public church. Those who are subject to the public church ground of inadmissibility under Section 212A4 must complete Form I-944, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency, and also have to submit Form I-864, Affidavit of Support under Section 213A of the INA. Answer the question below to determine whether you need to submit this form together with this Form I-485. Declaration of Self-Sufficiency or Form I-944. Are you exempt from the public charge ground of inadmissibility? So in this part, my K2 is not exempted from the public charge ground of inadmissibility. So I think no. To determine if you are exempted from the public charge ground of inadmissibility, and therefore exempt from filing Form I-944, read the Form I-485 instruction. What evidence you must submit? Item number 9, public charge, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency or Form I-944, and Affidavit of Support under Section 213A of the INA or Form I-864. If you answered yes to item 61, proceed to item number 63A. If you answered no, complete Form 944 and include it with your Form I-485 filing and proceed to item number 62A. So let me explain this to you. So since I think no, you are going to fill out the Form I-944 for your K2 because our K2 is not exempted from a public charge ground of inadmissibility. So that you must fill out the Declaration of Self-Sufficiency Form I-944 for your K2. And since I think no, we are going to proceed to item number 62A. But before I'll proceed in here, let me read it to you and explain it to you. Affidavit of support under Section 213A of the INA Form I-864. You may need to fill Form I-864. For more information, read the Form I-485 instruction. What evidence must you submit? Item number 9. Public charge, Declaration of Self-Sufficiency, Form I-944, and Affidavit of Support under Section 213A or Form I-864. So, since we think no, we are going to proceed to item number 62A. But upon reading in this, these are not applicable for my K2 because our K2 is not exempted from filing the Form I-864 based on the Form I-485 instruction. Let me show you the Form I-85 instruction. Who must submit Form I-94 and Form I-864. So these are the categories that must submit the Form I-944 and Form I-864. So my K2 landed in letter C. Person admitted to the United States as K1 non-immigrant fiancé or K2 non-immigrant child of a fiancé of a U.S. citizen. So our K2 must submit the Form 944 and I-864. So our K2 is not exempted from filing the Form I-864. Okay, so we are not going to take this one, but if your K2 is exempted from filing the Form I-864, then you must tick one of the boxes that is applicable for your K2. So in my part, since my K2 is not exempted from filing the Form I-864 based on the Form I-485 instruction, I am going to skip this part. Okay, I am not going to take any of this part because my K2 is not exempted from filing the Form I-864. Remember guys, read all of this carefully before skipping this part. Read carefully and determine if your K2 is exempted or not in filing the Form I-864. I have to remind you, I think no in Declaration of Self-Sufficiency Form 944. So since I think no, I am going to fill out the Form 944 for my K2 and Affidavit of Support under Section 213A or Form I-864 for my K2 because my K2 is not exempted from filing the Form I-864. Okay? I am skipping this. It's number 63. Have you ever failed or refused to attend or to remain in attendance at any removal proceeding filed against you on or April 11, 1997? This is not applicable for my K2. I think no. And from 63B to 69, I think no. From 70 to 72B, I think no. I have to remind you again, guys, you must read the items carefully before taking any of these boxes. Okay? From 73A to 79C, I think no. 80A, I think no. And since I think no in this part, I am going to write an A in this space provided. But if you think yes, then you must provide the information in ATB in this space provided. Part 9, accommodation for individuals with disability or impairments. So, number 1, are you requesting an accommodation because of your disability and or impairments? I think no, because my K2 does not have any impairments or disability. If you answered yes to item number 1, select any applicable box in item number 2A to C and provide the answer. If you think yes, then you must pick one of the boxes in here that is applicable for your K2. But since I think no, I am going to skip this part, okay? In part 10, applicant statement, contact information, certification, and signature. Applicant statement, note, select the box for either item number 1A or 1B. If applicable, select the box for item number 2. So in this part, I select the box item number 2 because I am the principal applicant and I am preparing this form for my derivative or K2. At my request, the preparer named in Part 12 prepared this application for me based only upon information I provided or authorized. So since I am the preparer that was named in Part 12, I am going to write down my name in this space provided. Remember guys, use black ink pen only when filling out or filling out this form using pen, okay? Black ink pen only. Applicant contact number, applicant daytime telephone number, I write in A, applicant mobile telephone number if any. So in this part, I write down my number here so that when the USCIS send us the notification of action, they are going to send that notification in my mobile number. Applicant's email address, this is my email address as well. The same, if they are going to email the notification of action, I will be the one who will receive the notification for my K2. That's why I write my email and my mobile number in the applicant contact information. Applicant certification. So in this part, you are stating that all the documents that you have submitted are exact photocopies and not altered, okay? And you are stating that these forms are correct and true. Applicant signature. So since my derivative applicant is not able to sign yet, I am the one who signed in this space provided. And I put the date when I signed this form for her. Part 11, interpreter, contact information, certification, and signature. So since we do not have an interpreter, I write in A in this space provided. But if you have an interpreter, then you must provide the information of your interpreter in this space provided. This is for the interpreter. Interpreter signature. So, since we do not have an interpreter, I write in A in this space provided. Part 12, contact information, declaration, and signature of the person preparing this application, if other than the applicant. So, this is the part, prepare full name. So, since I am the preparer, I write down my last name, my first name, organization name, I write in A because I do not have business or organization. But if you have, then you must provide the information in this space provided. Prepare mailing address. This is our address. State, zip code, and country. Prepare contact information. I don't have a daytime telephone number. Prepare mobile telephone number. This is my mobile number, the same as I put in the applicant information. Preparer's email address. Prepare statement. So I am not an attorney or accredited representative, but I have prepared this application on behalf of the applicant and with the applicant's consent. So I tick 7A. But if you are an attorney or accredited representative, then you must tick 7B. Prepare certification. So in this part, you are stating that all the information you have written in this form are true and correct and not purged. Prepare signature. So you are going to sign here, and after signing, you must write down the date when you sign the documents. In part 13, we are not going to fill out this part because this is for the USCIS officer only, okay? Part 14, additional information. This is for when there is not enough space provided to answer a question. For example, address history. If you have more addresses from the last 5 years than the space provided, this is the part of the form that you use to provide the information. Remember, guys, write down the K2 or derivative information in this space provided. Do not write a number because our K2 does not have an alien registration number or a number. That will be all. Thank you for watching. Good luck and God bless with your application.